Okay, so I'm going to describe in this video and analyze a more beginner swing. I put my swing on the bottom just so we could use it as a comparison sake so you can see the differences and how I want to incorporate these fixes into his swing and how they will help him. So first, we're going to talk about the setup here. So as you can see on the top video, his feet are in line of where he wants to aim. I had him put his front foot a little bit more forward. This is called a closed stance. This makes it a little bit more easy to rotate your body through, and it plays for more of a draw, so it curves the ball a little bit more left. And as you can see, his shoulders are in line with his feet, so this shows that he has a perfect setup. He has a good posture. He's at about a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to bring my backswing here to the top, and then I'm going to bring his back as well. And as you could notice, he brought his back a lot more vertical than I did, so it's a lot harder to keep the face square when you take it back more vertical with a driver. So if you look at the red arrow on the top, it's pointing at the driver face. So his is more at like a 30-degree angle, whereas if you look at mine on the left, it's more flat to the ground. That shows that his face is open, and it will likely go out to the right once he finishes his swing, and it's a lot harder to turn the club head back and recover to make it go straight in the end. And another thing to notice here is if you look at my right wrist at the top, it's more flat. There's not really an angle or an incline at the top. If you look at his is flexed just slightly back, and that also can cause the face to be open at the top of the backswing. So I would try to work with him to almost feel like he's flexing it the other way, and then it'll end up being flat. So now if we kind of move on to the impact position here, the first thing I want to notice here is that the club face on the top, it's pointing out to the right towards the trees. So like I said before, the face was already open at the top, so I don't think his downswing was too much to worry about here because it's hard to recover from where it already was. It's harder to tell on the bottom one, but my club face would be a little bit more square, and it would project a lower ball flight, and it would be a lot more straighter. Another thing to notice here is that my right elbow on the bottom is more tucked into my body, and my right elbow is still kind of bent here. So this is kind of used as the whip effect. So as I extend my right arm through impact, it's going to generate more speed. Since he already has his right arm straight in the top video here, it's going to be harder to generate more speed, and that tells me that he's already sort of slowing down when he's hitting the ball. So it's not going to go as far as it probably could. So a good drill I would probably give him is to kind of put a towel under his right armpit or under his right elbow as he swings, and just try to keep his right elbow tucked in order to generate more speed and consistency through the ball. And then lastly, as we go all the way through our impact position, this kind of ties back to what we were just talking about. So if we set up to the same position, you can see that he is standing completely vertical here at the top, and I'm standing arched a little bit to the right. Now, since the ball is on the ground, you want to be able to rotate around your body. So you want to keep the posture that you had in your setup throughout the entire swing. It's not like baseball where you want your right elbow up and you're standing straight and you're rotating directly sideways to hit the ball. You actually have to have an arch in your back to be able to rotate and generate speed and turn through the ball so that you can keep the club face square and launch the ball in the direction that you want.